What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Uber Cooled Garage. On this week's episode, we get into carbon fiber. So, super exciting. We will do a couple other little minor things and then get into the carbon fiber. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Got the passenger side fender all bonded up. It's a little thick, super hard to spread it with the angles that it is, but that's all right. It'll sand all the way down. I also went ahead and bondoed the seam. I did the same on this side as I did the other side. I filled the whole thing with all the deep crack part with fiberglass Bondo to bring in a lot more strength, and then went ahead and bondoed over that, sanded it down so it got a good adhesion. You also saw me fiberglass the canard, so this is just a fiberglass mold kind of. I'll end up running some Bondo over this and then smooth it all out and then pull it off, and from there then I can lay my carbon on and pull that off, so then it's a full carbon part. I'll do probably 4 or 5 layers of carbon on that, so that'll be really nice and strong. So after I get this fender nice and straight, I will do this one, and then it'll all be set up in the front. The hood is getting really close. I am absolutely dying to get to the carbon fiber work, so hopefully that comes here in the next couple days, and then we'll get rocking on carbon. The passenger side's getting really close. I have one more little spot to sand out, get it all smoothed. The driver's side, what I have done here is made the mold. It's just 3 layers of fiberglass and some Bondo glass on top to bring in a little bit of strength. So what I have done is actually bondoed and got the underside nice and good. I'm going to fine sand this just to get out some of the little imperfections, put another coat of paint on it, give it a nice gloss, and then this will be ready to make into carbon. So this will get some of the Partle paste and PVA mold release stuff, and then about 3 layers of carbon, and then I will pull it from the mold, smooth out everything, and then probably do 1 more layer of carbon for a total of 4. But this fits very nicely. It's all nice and straight. It's got a good bend to it, so the airflow will flow up it nice and smooth. So that's ready, and now I gotta do the other side, and we'll get to carbon fiber once I get my resin. Alright, so I keep telling you guys that this car is absolutely tiny with the 3.5 inch channel out of it and the raised fenders and all that stuff. So I'm sitting here looking at my hood and tripping out on how short it is. So just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, the hood is less than 2 feet tall standing up. So that's to the floor, to the top is just about 2 feet. So this hood is really small. Oh my god, finally I got my resin. So this is the stuff that got lost in the mail twice. Finally showed up at my door. I actually have different resin coming later today. So this stuff is pretty much, this is a gallon kit. It's very cheap. It's off of Amazon. I figured I'd give it a shot. So if this stuff doesn't work, I still have the other stuff, which is what I usually use and I know is very good. So if this stuff doesn't work out, I'm gonna do a small sample piece tonight and hopefully see how that goes in the morning. If not, I will use my other stuff and then I'll use this for a home project, do something weird with it, I don't know. So I will let you guys know about this stuff, and then I will show you guys how this turns out. And of course, about an hour later, I get my other resin. This is from Taps Plastics. It's a little bit more expensive, but I have used it in the past and it works really well. Very clear, dries nice and hard. So if this stuff here doesn't work, then I will only use this stuff or find a different product and kind of just test out a couple different things. So this stuff works great. Not sure on this stuff, so just gonna do a small sample of something, maybe just lay up 3 little sections of carbon and resin them and see how it turns out. But I will probably most likely be using this. So I have 2 gallons of resin here and 10 yards of carbon, so I should be able to do quite a bit with all of this. So we'll get to it. So you just saw the test panel. It's got 3 layers of carbon. I didn't really go super heavy on it at all, but it soaked into the resin pretty well. I didn't want to put too much in just to kind of test the strength. So I will test and see how good this is tomorrow. Let that cure up overnight, and then I can see if I can find sand and smooth it out a little bit, see if that does anything, you know, stuff like that. Just simple tests, just to see if I like it or not. The one thing that I can say is it's a lot thinner than the other stuff that I'm used to using. The Taps plastic stuff is very thick. It's almost like maple syrup kind of, trying to get it out and stuff like that. So we will see how this stuff works out and show you guys in the morning. So here's the first part. Got to trim it down, and this has 3 layers on it. I did not film it, unfortunately. So as you notice, the door is clean. I had some issues with the stuff not curing. So I think it was a little bit too cold, but the peel ply worked perfect. So this just, this stuff just peels right off with no issue at all. So I will clean this back up, clean the door back up, and recoat it and try again. So today it's about 83 degrees outside, so I will try and do that here in a little bit and get this all set up and ready for carbon, and then we'll hopefully have a carbon door by the morning. Got the carbon pulled off of the mold. I trimmed it up, sanded it up a little bit. I still have to sand the top and do one more layer of resin, and maybe 2 more layers of carbon, but there it is. It looks really, really good. It's nice and clean. The fitment's absolutely perfect. The angle of everything, still have a little bit more cleanup, but it looks really, really good. So I will finish this up, clean it up, do another coat of resin, probably 2 more coats of carbon, and the driver's side one should be done. I can't believe how amazing it looks. So, and it is extremely light. So, I mean, it's like the weight of a piece of paper. So, we'll finish this one up and move on. Okay, so my phone didn't record, but I have the first layer on. Laid down real nice. As you can see, there's kind of some fiberglass stuff on there. So the next sheet is going to be a fiberglass mat over just this bottom section here, just because it's such a large panel. I want to bring a little bit more strength in it, so I will be wetting out the rest of this and then laying that fiberglass in there, and then onto layer 2 and 3 of carbon. So we'll get on that. There she is. So this is just the first coat of resin on it. I will fine sand it. I still have one more coat of carbon fiber to do, but this is kind of just the flattening layer. So this will get one more coat of resin and then fine sand to get it all smooth, get it all block sanded up, and then another coat of carbon fiber will go over this, which will be the final one. But other than that, it is looking really good. It's nice and stiff and hard. So on the next episode, we will get this out of the mold. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you this week. The door looks fantastic. I'm very happy on how it came out. Next week's episode, we'll pull it out of the door, pull the carbon fiber off the door, clean it up, sand it down, get it all smoothed out, and we'll do a test fit. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out, guys.